Hello everyone, welcome to the 4th episode of Cooking with Kalota. I am casually dressed tonight, as you can see. We're doing movie night tonight. Super casual, and I know what you usually do for movie night. You probably put some junk food on the table, pop in that movie. Not tonight. We're going to have a little fun, do something different. These are things that really don't require a lot of cooking at all, but they're healthy alternatives. So we have 4 main things that we're making tonight. We're making roasted garlic with little breads. We are also making prosciutto di Parma wrapped in melon. We have little mozzarella balls with olive oil on top. And also we have the pleasure of having gas lamp popcorn here today, which I'll tell you more about later. So first I'm going to tell you how to make the roasted garlic. So come on right over here and I'll tell you the ingredients. The first thing you're going to need is a garlic bulb. Now I chose an elephant garlic bulb that you can see right here simply because it's bigger and you get more out of it. However, you can use a bunch of smaller garlic bulbs if you want. That's perfectly fine. Next thing you're going to need is, we all know this, extra virgin cold pressed olive oil. Hopefully this is in your cupboard and it's staying there permanently. Next thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So we take the garlic bulb and what we basically do with it is shuck it. I have a garbage bowl right here. And what you're going to do is take your hand and take the outer excess and gently bring it away from the garlic bulb. Now you're not peeling the whole thing, you're just basically, anything that will come off very easily, you see it's not coming off anymore, that's how you want it. So anything that will come off easily, you want off. So basically, you have it a little bit exposed, but not peeled. So now we're going to take a sharp knife and cut off the top to expose the very tips of the garlic. Oops. And so a little bit harder than expected because this is elephant garlic. Check out that baby. Very interesting. But we got the general theme of what we wanted to do. We cut off the very tops of the garlic. It fell apart, but it really doesn't matter because we're putting it right back in a muffin tin. So, we're going to take these pieces right here. We're trying to throw away the excess. Take a muffin tin. Now this works very well if you have smaller garlic. This is going to be a little tricky because it's bigger garlic, but I can put it individually in the muffin tins. So you put it right here. We'll put this one right here. What we're going to do is take olive oil, drizzle it very generously over the top. So we rub the olive oil all into the garlic. Then you are going to take tin foil. I have basically 2 little strips right here and cover the garlic. And we'll cover this piece too. And it can be pretty loose, doesn't have to be tight, doesn't need to be. And then, into the oven it goes. Now it stays in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes, so it takes a while to roast. So set your timers, it's 8:32 right now, so a little past 9 o'clock is when we're going to take it out. So, in the meantime, that is actually preparing, we're going to make some other fun movie snacks. The first thing that I'm going to make is prosciutto with melon. Now, for those of you who haven't had that yet, you're really in for a treat. What you're going to need is a melon. My grandfather used to say, pick the ugliest one you can possibly find that's going to be the juiciest, and I've done that ever since. There's probably a better way to pick a melon, but that's what I do. So you have your melon here, and then you need prosciutto di Parma. This is prosciutto di Parma. For those of you who do not know, it is pork. There's a lot of different types of prosciutto out there. There's domestic, there's imported from other regions of Italy, there's some that's okay, there's some that's mediocre, there's some that's, prosciutto di Parma is the best of the best of the best. It comes from Parma, Italy, and it melts in your mouth just like butter. Don't bother getting anything else. It's expensive and it's worth it. So, what we're going to do is slice our melon first. For those of you who've never sliced a melon before, this is how you do it. You take a big knife, make sure it's a big knife, cut the melon in half, just like so. So you have 2 halves. Oh, that looks beautiful. You see how yellow or orangey it is? Gorgeous. Then you take a spoon, we still have our trash bowl, and you get in here and around the very center with the spoon and scoop out all the seeds and the guts. There we go. A little bit more on the inside, just get all the seeds out. Doesn't take that much scraping, it's not as much work as when you scrape out a pumpkin. Then, slice it in half again, and then cut little slices just like so. Now, my mother can do this one-handed. I am not very good at that, so I'll teach you a nicer way so you don't cut off your hand of getting the actual rind off. Take a small paring knife on a cutting board and just go around it, just like so, and it comes off very nicely. Now we're going to cut 5 of these, so 1, 2. Okay, so now that we cut 5 slices of our melon, I just took a whole slice and cut it in half. We're going to wrap the prosciutto around it. This is such a wonderful thing to do because it's actually sweet and salty at the same time, which is one of my favorite things on earth, favorite flavors. So you take the prosciutto, and as you see, it's very delicate, so be very careful. You lie it down, and you see that it's not even really a whole piece. It kind of fell apart, and that's totally okay because then you can eat the other bit. So you take it, and you just wrap it. Just like so. So we take this one, wrap it. Oop, a little bit fell off, and again, that's totally fine. Does not have to be perfect. This is about taste, not particularly how it's going to look. And you do all of them that way, just wrap around the prosciutto. So now that we have all 5 pieces wrapped, we're going to put it on a pretty plate, because that's what we're making tonight, a whole array of different kinds of goodies on a plate. So I'm going to take these, put them right here at the end of this very pretty plate. And then after we do this, we're going to start on our little tiny mozzarella balls. Okay, so now we're going to work on our little mozzarella balls. Now I got mozzarella fresh, which is always the stuff in water. But I got little tiny balls. You can get a big one if you want, but these are really fun because you can put toothpicks in them. So I'm going to open it and I'm going to drain all the water out. Just like so. You can get these at any Italian store, and a lot of regular grocery stores sell them now as well. But you want to get the good stuff. Look at how beautiful they are. They're tiny little mozzarella pearls. So we're going to take them, just put them right in a bowl, just like so. Then we're going to take a little bit of extra virgin cold pressed olive oil, drizzle just a tiny bit on top. Then we're going to take some fine ground black pepper, just a pinch, and put some over that. Then we're going to take toothpicks. You don't have to put a toothpick in every one, there's too many of them for that. But just put a toothpick in some, so your guests can take one and then take another. So now we have 2 other snacks to put in little bowls. Something that I did before, it's for the roasted garlic later. I just took little pieces of French bread and cut them in half into cute little cubes. So all we're going to do is take that, put it in a bowl, and that'll be set to go for later when the roasted garlic comes out. Now next, we have our popcorn. Now, a friend on Facebook who works for this company was really kind enough to send this to me. It's called Gas Lamp Popcorn. It's kettle corn. First of all, kettle corn is one of my favorite things on the face of this earth. You want to talk about sweet and salty? It's the best. Second of all, when my friend contacted me, she said that, first of all, this was gluten-free and this was a natural product. And when people say natural, sometimes it doesn't mean all natural. This is all natural, and here's how you can tell. On the back, you can always tell if it has 5 or less ingredients that you can actually read. Check this out. Ingredients: popcorn, sugar, canola oil, sea salt. That is it. This is the best stuff. In fact, I'm going to dig a little in here. I already broke into it earlier. It's so good. Kettle corn really is my favorite. So gas lamp popcorn, check it out, guys, because this is a great snack. Not a ton of calories. Wonderful to have in your house. So I'm going to take this because what's movie night without some popcorn? We're going to put that in a little bowl. And we have our bowls all lined up right here. The garlic's going to go over here. We might put a bowl in the middle, make it all pretty. So I will see you again in about 30 minutes after the roasted garlic is done, and that's it. Then we're going to enjoy a movie. And our roasted garlic is done. So we're going to come right in here into the oven. Now, it's been done for a while here, so it's already cooled. Don't touch muffin tins when it's really hot, but this has already been cooled for a while. So we take it out of the oven. You want to let it sit for about 20 minutes or so and let it rest a little bit. But when you undo the tin foil, look at how beautiful. Exactly what it's supposed to look like. All you have to do, if you want to test it, is just stick a knife in and see if it's nice and soft, but I can tell by looking at it. So, you take this whole thing right out, put it right on our beautiful little plate here. Put a couple right there. Then I'm going to put the bread right here. And you do, when you eat this garlic, all you're going to do is take a little spoon. You actually scoop it out and you put it on a little slice, just like so. And you can have your guests or whoever you're with do that, so I'll just stick a little spoon in there. And that is it. That is our movie snacks for tonight. So let's review. We have roasted garlic on top of little baguettes. We have prosciutto di Parma wrapped in cantaloupe, or yes, prosciutto di Parma wrapped in cantaloupe. Then we have little mozzarella balls with olive oil and pepper over them. And then we have this awesome, we've been snacking on, we've been waiting for the garlic, gas lamp kettle corn. Absolutely fabulous, a low calorie, great snack. So take this, entertain, enjoy it yourself, go enjoy a movie. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cooking with Kalota.